I think Requiem for Methuselah is a very fun episode personally, although it's not an episode which entirely is beloved by the fan base. I don't think it's disliked necessarily, but well, let me just read over what the Free Encyclopedia has had to collate about this particular episode. Rayna's last name, Capek, is an anagram of Capek after Carol Capek, whose play RUR, Rossum's Universal Robots 1920, introduced the term robot. In a 2010 review, Zach Hanlon of the AV Club criticised the Rigelian fever scenario as contrived and wrote that Flint, being numerous famous men from history, was both completely irrelevant and contradictory to his claim that he had kept a low profile to avoid his immortality being discovered. He said that though the final scene is a highlight, it is undermined by Kirk's obsessive love for Rayna being so out of character as to be unbelievable. I would agree with that. It is a bit out of character, but the way that they kind of like try to explain it away with she was designed to be sort of this perfect love interest or whatever for a male, although, and you can also potentially put in this as a sort of Kirk still feeling wounded from the loss of his bride in the Paradise Syndrome, maybe. He gave the episode a C, summing it up as forgettable. I don't think it's forgettable, if nothing else, personally. In 2017, Den of Geek ranked Requiem for Methuselah as the 15th best worst Star Trek The Original Series episode, echoing Hanlon's criticism that Kirk falling so intensely in love with Rayna over the course of just 4 hours was highly out of character. According to fantasy and science fiction scholar H.G. Pilkington, Requiem for Methuselah is a Star Trek adaptation of the film Forbidden Planet 1956. Actress Anne Francis reported that Gene Roddenberry, the creator of Star Trek, had talked to her about lifting some ideas from Forbidden Planet. Actor Leslie Nielsen noted the similarities between Forbidden Planet and Star Trek, suggesting that the film served as a pilot for the television series. Ruth Morse, a Shakespearean scholar, has written on the influence of The Tempest on Forbidden Planet and Requiem for Methuselah. Flint, the powerful recluse, seems to be based on Prospero and Methuselah. Rayna appears to be Flint's daughter and is based on Miranda, Prospero's daughter. The twist here is that Rayna Miranda, as Morse calls her, is an android, not Flint's daughter. Flint hopes that the female android will fall in love with him. Flint offers knowledge and intellectual stimulation, but Rayna falls for the irresistible Kirk. The female android faces new and, to her, unfamiliar emotions. Having to choose between two men, the pressure causes her to short-circuit into self-destruction, her version of death. Now I'll just read a little bit here. In several non-canonical Star Trek novels, the crew meet up again with the character Flint. The Cry of the Onleys by Judy Klass is a follow-on from both Requiem for Methuselah and Miri. He is also encountered in Greg Cox's The Eugenics Wars, The Rise and Fall of Khan Noonien Singh, as Dr. Evergreen, a 1980s scientist who discovers a hole in the ozone layer over Antarctica, in Immortal Coil by Jeffrey Lang, and in Federation by Judith and Garfield Reeves Stevens as Zephram Cochrane's benefactor, Mika Brack.